No!
He's a sadist. He's a bloody sadist. She begged him not to.
Calm down, Yvette.
This is what Martin heard when my radio mic cut out. There is no explanation why the sound should break up, and it left us baffled as to how it could have happened.
I thought, you know, northern people were really hardened. Well, I don't believe in that rubbish anyway.
I would never, ever, to this present day, in all my work, would I have believed, up to this moment, what I'm actually experiencing now of it.
Hello there everyone and welcome to the video. My name's SerenitySoloREACTS and here we are with episode 12 of Most Haunted. This is series 1, episode 12 by the way. I am enjoying it. There are some very, very disappointing moments. There's some good moments and there's some scary moments. Like the last one with Derek's double voice at the same time. I found that scary. I don't know what you thought. Maybe I'm just a wimp, a complete wimp. Now, something I forgot to say during these intros, I didn't remember till the very end of the outro in the last one. Please, 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 no matter what someone's opinion is, please respect it in the comments. If we get a true believer, if we get an absolute non-believer, or if we get someone in the middle not sure what to believe. Respect their comments, please. I do absolutely implore you. It doesn't matter what people say to me. What I want is a community of people who respect each other. Obviously, if they be absolutely toxic, you can be toxic. But if I see people starting the argument too many times, I will block them. But they have to start the argument. You don't, not being involved in the argument, I have to make sure they start the argument. It has to be something toxic. It's not. I'm not going to do that through a disagreement of opinion or anything like that. But yes, I just wanted to say that if you've subscribed or followed to me so far, thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate you no matter what show you're subscribed for. Thank you very much. You're really helping me out, the channel out, and my mental health out. If you haven't subscribed or followed, could I please ask you to do so? It would really help me out as well. And to my Patreon members who get ad-free early access and uncensored shows as well, for the shows that are censored, and exclusive shows that cannot get on YouTube and Daily Motion. It is you that is bringing the content to me that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. So thank you everyone on Patreon and everyone on Buy Me a Coffee. So with that, let's get on with the episode.
It's seance time.
Is that you?
Is there anybody there?
Brutal murders, bloodshed and imprisonment await us in Lep Castle.
Yvette's back to her screamy ways. I see. I was going to say something during this, but I forgot what I'm going to say now. My name is absolutely atrocious. I apologise. In fact, I think of things to say during the episode and the sign out, and then they just go.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. We've decided to push ourselves to the limit, and to do that, we've come all the way to Ireland, to what has been described as the most haunted castle in Europe, and it's called Lep.
But it's spelled leap.
It's a place that instills fear into the most hardened of ghost hunters. There are 3
Are you
main
there,
rooms
then?
here with at least 20 ghosts, and we're going to be spending 24 hours with them all.
Lep Castle was built in the 14th century and was used as a stronghold of the O'Carroll family, powerful Irish princes who thought nothing of murder. In fact, the castle's history seems to be nothing but a massive bloodbath. In the 1930s, workmen discovered 3 cartloads of human bones in the dungeon, and a nasty ghost called an elemental, half animal, half human,
Oh, wow.
enjoys terrorizing
What did I say in the other
residents.
episode about no demons?
Spending the night at Lep Castle were our usual crew, and they were feeling a little nervous at the prospect. Maybe our parapsychologist Jason Karl could put them at their
At least
ease.
it's not titled Scary
Jason,
Demon
we've
Encounter
heard
at Lep
that
Castle.
Lep is supposed to be the most haunted castle in Europe. Where does that come from?
Well, really, it comes from people talking about the ghost stories. They're extremely well known through books about ghosts, websites, television programmes, etc., etc. And the reputation it's got is not necessarily down to the amount of phenomena that have occurred. It's more to the amount of attention that it's got.
Now, one of the main ghosts here is the elemental. What is an elemental ghost?
Well, of course, it's just a theory like any other ghost story. But elemental spirits or ghosts are supposed to be created by negative forces and influences, such as rituals. This castle is allegedly built on the site of a pagan ceremonial site. So those rituals
really
will
bad
add
ones?
to that. Also, there's stories of murders happening here. So the unpleasant history sort of forms, if you like, a being which people sense when they go into the place of a feeling of unease, and that is what's described as an elemental ghost.
And one of the other things that have been mentioned here, it's almost like a coil-type energy that people have seen. What on earth is that?
Well, these sort of coils, as you described it, of energy, or spirals of energy, are more often photographed than they're actually seen by a human eye. There are a couple of other places they've been seen, but mostly it's through the camera. Now, people have sent us these from all over the world, different cameras, different times, different places, and they all seem to show the same kind of image. They are alleged to be associated with ghosts because the places where the photographs have been taken are where people have seen ghosts. So we connect them to ghosts in that way. The truth is we don't know what they are. They've been described as energy. We don't know that. All we know is it's some form of light.
Could it be sort of
Don't show us an example,
of a manifestation of a ghost?
Well, that's again one of the theories that psychics and sensitives give to us, that there are different stages of ghost manifestation and that they need energy from some source in order to progress through the stages, and that this stage is called ectoplasmic formation, I believe, and that's supposed to be the third stage before an actual apparition occurs. It's interesting as well that people have described here having a static or electric shock when it's occurred, because that fits in with the energy. The truth is, as with everything else, we don't really know.
Now, I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but I'm actually quite scared at our spiritualist medium Dokakora arriving. Now, he has no idea about Lep Castle at all. But what if he goes into one of those trance things?
I hope he does.
That'll do me in.
Unless he's too scared to come at all.
So just how had Lep's many ghosts made their presence felt to current owner Sean Ryan?
Well, we experience, most of all, I would say, from the beginning, copycat sounds when I was working.
Is Lep Castle in Ireland?
And lots of footsteps. The other thing is like a chant, like monks chanting, and those are things that were happening from the start.
I'd love to hear that.
The Karls here invited down mercenaries from north of Sligo. They were a sub-tribe of one of the great northern clans, the O'Neills. And so they invited them back here for a banquet, and they laced their drinks and killed all 39 of them in the chapel, in the bloody chapel. There's the famous elemental, I suppose, announces itself with a horrific smell, almost like a smell of rotting meat, and then appears on the spiral staircase and frightens the living daylights out of everybody.
My family and I were upstairs in the upper room, and I was sitting on the floor, and I saw a little girl running up the stairs. And from then on, people have been experiencing strange happenings. Sometimes I don't like going up the stairs on my own. One time we had visitors here, and there was an actor from America, and we were walking down the avenue, and she said that she saw something strange falling from the top of the castle, and it was the little girl. She saw the little girl falling from the top of the castle.
You don't want to see that.
She hadn't been told about it, so she didn't know.
One of Lep Castle's many ghostly residents seems to be particular about who she makes contact with.
Just imagine that girl's immortalised as that girl now.
She's
like
nanny, her governess,
22 years older now?
That people who visit here experience her much more than we do. Even as late as last week, we had a lady here who met her, and she brushed out. See, she tends to brush off people and touch people and that. And unusually, it's actually people who are blonde that she's most attracted to. For some reason, we have no reason in the wide out of the world we don't know why. But right since we've come here, and it's been people who are fair-haired that she touches off. But there's an old man that comes down from, he's in the oubliette, he lives in the oubliette, and we're told quite happy to be in the oubliette, but he does leave it and comes down to the upper hall occasionally. And he has moved a couple of pictures off the wall for me, and because I misbehaved, I didn't honour a promise I made. They asked, in fact, that we would never lock the door coming out of the upper hall. And I did one night, and the pictures were taken off the wall and left beside me in the bed.
Why not?
So, and it was just a gentle reminder to say
just walk
that
through the door.
Again, so we haven't.
The ghost, for heaven's sakes. You know, they don't need to be knocking and waiting for someone to open. That's why I don't understand when people put their back against the wall. Ghosts can walk through walls.
At the end of the 1700s, early 1800s, a lot of Irish men married into the Cherokee Nation. So in their names, quite a lot of them have Irish surnames. So a lot of the elder ladies come back to Ireland looking for tracing roots and that, Irish roots. They made they were constantly in contact with the spirits here. They found that I was working on the place at the time, restoring. I mean, I still am, and I will be for the next 100 years. But
is he still doing it?
They found that they were huddled in corners and quite afraid of the work that was going on. I think they thought that it might be, you know, taking the place
if
back
he is, all the power to him.
Earlier times when
I
suppose maybe they lost their lives or whatever here, and that the regime probably wasn't very good here, and they were quite afraid of that. So they were reassured that that wasn't going to be the way.
My hair used to be like that. It will be like it again at one point.
With such a cast of spiritual characters to choose from, our producer Karl decided to waste no time in getting down to the serious business of ghost hunting.
Right,
hold on.
12:30.
David's not here yet.
And I'll come up into this room, which is the middle room, the banqueting room, I suppose. We've there's a little girl been seen in here, or two little girls been seen in here, which are, and sometimes they're matron, I suppose.
Nanny. It's not going to be in the fire.
I'm going to sit quietly, see what happens, because it's been seen quite often during the day as well as at night. If you're here, please try to show yourself to me. Please try to appear by the fire.
Tell the other crew to shut up.
If you're there. Do you exist? Are you really here?
Or are you a figment of the people's imaginations?
Are you really here? If you are here, just try to show yourself.
We've got a lot there, didn't we? Bearing in mind these did only run for like 25 minutes originally, but then the broadcast them as unseen.
There are so many ghosts in this building, it would take us about half an hour to talk about each and every one of them. Now, they don't just like to confine themselves to one room. They like to wander freely throughout the whole of the castle, and you never know when you might bump into one.
It'd be so funny if she actually did then.
It's hard to believe that this room used to be a chapel. Now, 39 people were massacred here, and over in the corner is a small dungeon. It's also known as an oubliette, where hundreds of people lost their lives. In the 1930s, workmen discovered 3 cartloads of human bones.
Bloody hell.
And many people have seen the ghost of an old man desperately trying to climb out.
She was playing peekaboo.
The ghosts of 2 little girls have often been seen playing in this particular room on the first floor. They've been given names Charlotte and Emily. Now, Emily died when she fell from the battlements from the top of the tower. And ever since then, Charlotte has been seen running after her sister and calling out her name.
Did Charlotte die as well?
Whilst we all waited for our spiritualist medium Derek Okora to arrive, some of us were starting to experience some strange phenomena.
This has been taking photographs all day, and the battery is fully charged, the lithium battery you can recharge, and it's gone dead. I've just been taking photographs, which I just showed you, and it's gone dead.
It's been taking pictures
all
day.
It always gives you a warning light.
You just said
that it's going to go, like minutes before it's going to go, and it's just completely dead now.
I was just there chatting with Karl and Stuart,
just normal conversation, and something's just whispered in my ear, and just, I couldn't make out what it was. It was just like,
Oh, God.
in my ear, and I was just sort of...
Once again, don't catch it.
120% positive.
How does that make you feel?
Nervous, but excited at the same time.
Hey, there is actually quite a high electromagnetic fluctuation here of 15 milligauss.
Get that, wow.
15 milligauss. Oh, it's less now, 5
much is
milligauss.
that?
See, that's changed, 10 milligauss. Now, the only explanation for that would be if it was under the ground, and you can see that it's gone back down to 4, so it's not caused by something under the flagstones if there was anything in an ancient
Behind the
castle.
walls?
Do you want to try it?
Are you scared?
No, I just think it's amazing. I've never seen such a radical reaction as that before. Basically, what that's showing is that there is an electromagnetic fluctuation of the natural electromagnetic field in this area. Now, you can see it's gone back down to 0 now, nothing at all.
Tension was definitely mounting, and then Angle reported a possible encounter with the nanny.
Because I stood outside and somebody tapped me on my arm, and I thought it was somebody else, but there's nobody around me.
I think this castle has an enormous paranormal reputation. What it does, it's in every ghost book that's ever been published, and in that sense, it's got an awful lot to live up to. The one thing that's interested me so far is that Angle feels that something touched her, and there was no one near at the time. And at that point, none of us knew what Sean has since told us, that one of the ghosts is attracted or likes to interfere with people with blonde hair, or she has bleached hair. Does that intrigue you?
After hearing all the ghost stories throughout the day and knowing of the history and murders, our adrenaline was pumping and expectations were high. Surely we would experience something paranormal at Let Castle.
Derek's only just got there at 11:20. There was a place called Haunted in York. I don't think it's there anymore. But I went down that once, and in the seance room, when they were doing the bits, I actually felt a hand on my shoulder, and there was no one behind me. There was just me and my partner in the room. My partner was sat down, but literally someone put my hand on my shoulder.
And I have the keys and I'm going to hide them. So if anybody wants to escape, you can't. Right, shall we get going?
Yes, please.
Where do you want to go, Derek?
I'd like to go up those stairs, Yvette. Jason, okay?
Right, okay. Let's go.
As we climbed the stairs, Derek was picking up the presence of a woman who was standing on the balcony in the gallery room. Little did he know he was about to experience something beyond his understanding.
There's a figure of a person I couldn't see quite clearly and has moved over towards the chair. This is she appears to be, from this angle, for a lady quite tall. She's wearing this very free-flowing, very bright red gown dress. Now, what I can't understand...
Why would the cameraman be up there?
This ugly, grotesque-looking face, and her face
nice.
is taken away. What I'd like to do, Yvette, Jason, is that I'd like to go up there, onto that area, because her essence is still there, but she's not showing herself now.
Is it, how many people can get up there, Karl? What's the floor like?
The floor seems fine. Yeah, I mean, 3 of you can get up in perhaps on the camera.
Here she is again. She's coming to the back. Come on, Sam, encourage her. Encourage her. That's the way. Oh, look, she's doing it again to me. Give me it then. Give it to me.
Excuse me. Not that kind of show.
Did you hit my hand? Did you hit my hand? Okay. She's playing with me, this lady. She's playing with me.
Earlier on, Derek had a can of drink in his hand when we weren't on camera, and it was the weirdest thing. The can just flew out of his hand, and Derek was saying that somebody had hit him on the wrist.
A hand has gone up. Look at it shimmering.
If it was outside, I'd say he probably did it.
Through.
Inside, though, he could ruin someone's carpet.
This is interdimensional. This is not just spirit. Look at that. Oh. She's changing shape. She's changing shape, Yvette.
What does that mean?
Interdimensional. We must, Yvette, can we go up to this area?
Oh.
We must go up here. I'm very close. Right. We get the transference from the lady in the red, and she learned the black arts to change
her
conditions to this Show yourself.
Or does
Show
she
yourself.
learn it in the other life?
Oh, there it is, look at it. No, I would describe
The
what
dead life?
I'm actually experiencing and seeing here. It's not animal.
Be careful, please.
Off camera, you can hear the owner, Sean, who was becoming nervous as Derek was describing the elemental ghost.
Be careful, please.
How do I say this? How can I continue with this condition if I can't speak?
Okay.
Bless you.
You say?
How do I say it, Sam? How do I say it? The man lives here. I don't know how I can continue this.
Sean was purely concerned for Derek and felt the need to warn him about this particular spirit, but was eager for us to continue.
Go on.
I would never, ever, to this present day, in all my work, would I have believed, up to this moment, what I'm actually experiencing now, Yvette.
So there's no experience
This dual
that
soul
out of all
can
those years,
transfer
really?
and shape, shift.
So she's changing into this
Yes. And there's also Sir Henry. Sir Henry Darby.
Shall we move away from here?
I need to speak, guys. I know when I've got battery problems and when a battery's going flat, and your battery's not going flat, but something unplugged it, something completely cut out your radio mic.
I'm going to say,
and
what
put
will
it
that
back on.
sound?
There's been no interference all day long, and it's on tape.
Oh my
And it's
God.
basically been cut out and then cut back in.
I'm going to say, it weren't mine.
Yep.
It weren't my software.
Right, that is solid in there. Right, and if I do that, then you'll hear it on the tape. It'll go p'choom. And if I do that, it'll go p'choom. If the battery's going flat, it completely distorts, and I'd know that.
Well, you put a brand one in anyway.
That's in there, solid.
This is what Martin heard when my radio mic cut out. There is no explanation why the sound should break up, and it left us baffled as to how it could have happened. In the
See, if
bloody
it wasn't
chapel, Derek was
wires,
picking up on murder.
I don't know either.
But whose?
May I just have a look here?
Like faulty wires.
Oh, he's in there.
Who's in there?
Right, there's a hooded man, a monk. And he doesn't want us in there, you see.
I don't think you can get in there because there's so much straw.
He's there.
Oh, well, the Derek can get... Excuse me.
Oh, my gosh.
You're all right.
Can't get in there because of straw, but there's only a
Oh, I've
camera
also
man in.
got two other entities.
What the hell? Why was he in there?
These two were locked behind something. They were murdered. They were killed. Someone went mad. Oh, let me out this atmosphere.
Weird. Very
The
strange.
monk prevents. It's like as if I'm getting the feeling of a monk, but I'm also getting the feelings of what a priest would be like. Again, those two conditions, him down on his knees in prayer state, and it's because of his emanations and elevations, he prevents any over activity on the negative side of this individual.
Could
woman who
positivity
practiced these black arts.
counteract negativity that much, though?
The bloody chapel was certainly living up to its name. Derek was picking up the presence of two other spirits.
They've been here a long time. And they're together. I feel they must be husband and wife. Even though they're in the spiritual body. But again, I'm told we must go
Let's go downstairs then.
to the lower levels.
Yeah.
Our night investigation of Lep Castle continued with Derek on the trail of two wandering spirits.
You wanted us to come downstairs. And
Yes.
We switched to night vision cameras. What did you want to talk about down here?
Well, I was told to come down because earlier on I was aware again of a couple of, two souls. They were a husband and wife team. They were not owners of this castle.
Can the elemental do something?
They actually worked here.
A servant?
Yes, a husband and wife. I get Gerald very strongly, and Agnes.
Do you know what sort of time period they were working here?
Well, I'll describe the conditions when earlier I looked and I saw a lovely lady. Gosh, you know, actually, it's unusual to see this. A man and a woman, virtually of the same height. There was nothing in it, and both very small. And, you know, Agnes, I was very aware, even though she was a worker, she must have took pride in herself because she was well kempt, so to speak, if that's right. And it was a beautiful green, like flowing dress, long dress. He, in reflection, had a jacket that was, if I may just describe it, was just rounded like this. Oh. And he had a big, a buckled belt type thing here. Something, I don't know if they call them breeches or something. And also big, not boots, but not shoes, with a big buckle. And he looked, you know, he's so content. A content couple. Now, they walk, whatever was extended to this window here, going in this direction, the building. They used to walk, maybe they worked in this area and going through, and they often walk, if I may do it, not actually linking each other, but they'll walk together, you know, through passageways. And I feel as if, just like all the other elements, individual elements that are here, and you know, I've got to point this out as well, there are more spirits here than what have actually shown themselves tonight, without a doubt. However, I'm going to say the vast majority of them,
well, if there's that many,
do not hold on to any tinge of evil, except a practice
so they can do something.
Woman who's done the shifting, and she was, as we talk about masters in something, she was like a master, female master of these arts.
We knew that by splitting into smaller groups, we had a better chance encountering any paranormal activity. And also it gave us the ability to cover more of the castle using our night vision cameras. Karl and Rick
could spend half an
went
hour
to the
in
bloody
room.
chapel.
Rick. It's seance time.
Where?
In here.
That. Not happening.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I agree wholeheartedly. Should we do a seance in?
No, I don't want to do a seance.
So, we're going to do a seance in?
Do we have to?
Should we do a seance?
No.
Should we do a seance?
Can we just speak to him?
Should we do a seance?
I'm not doing a seance.
Should we do a seance?
No, that's bad.
Should we do a seance? Are you getting sort of like, I'm not taking no for an answer here.
I don't want to do a seance.
Should we do a seance?
No.
Should we do a seance?
You say that?
Hmm? You're not going to get me out of this. Are you doing a seance? I'll tell you what. I've got an idea. How about, right, we don't do a seance, but you and I sit opposite each other, we link fingers
Do a seance.
with a candle in the middle, and we ask something to turn up. The same as what we would do without linking fingers.
So don't link at all?
No, we do link fingers. How can linking fingers be bad? I thought, you know, northern people were really hard and... Well, I don't believe in that rubbish anyway. But here you are.
Good accent.
Guy from the south. Come on, let's do a seance. Northern bloke, hard as nails. No, I'm scared.
That was not Liverpool.
Turn the camera on me. I want this conversation to be viewed on the air now. I'm being serious.
Ooh.
What?
It wasn't original.
A little flashy.
Oh, we're looking at Rick.
Have a look over Rick's shoulder. This strange but small light is just another piece of evidence to suggest that they were not alone.
Well, that one was weird. Could it have been a camera malfunction?
It's fine. Let's do a seance.
This is for all the northerners out there. You better buy me a pint if you see me in a pub.
Now the problem
Our
is,
night at Lep Castle continued.
the original didn't have all that bit in.
Rick had agreed to
Just
holding
that
a
last bit,
seance
so
with Karl. Meanwhile, the
it
rest
wouldn't
of us
have
had split up.
meant as much.
Jason stayed in the Great Hall, and Stuart and myself were in the gallery room. I was feeling extremely nervous, especially after Derek had picked up on the elemental ghost in that same room.
When Derek was up here earlier on, Ben talking about the elemental ghost. I mean, that scared the hell out of me, and also that there was something playing around with my microphone. That was scary. And here we are sitting in this pitch black room. Is there anybody here? Is there anybody in the room? Is there a little girl in the room?
If there's an elemental, it's got to do something, surely. See, that little light seemed more electronic.
Oh, got a tiny little flash. Is that the little girl? You hear us? Are you here, sweetheart?
Please show yourself.
How can people live here?
How
can they live here?
I'm gonna get used to it.
Because they like it.
You just can't know.
I've seen it.
Passionate about restoring
The
it.
light that we had caught on camera was an orb, one of the first stages of a ghost manifestation, and it was coming
dust.
from the balcony where the elemental ghost has been seen.
Yes, dust coming from the banister.
Balcony itself.
No, I'm not going on the balcony.
Why?
I'll put on my pants.
No, you won't. Where's that torch?
Oh, great. Now you say, where's that torch? It's behind us. Where's the torch? Wally. You are Mr. Torch Man. You always have
I
torch.
am the torch man.
I'm getting a cold blast on my hand.
Are you?
Yeah, you
I'm
want to turn
gonna-
the camera on me.
Gonna guess they do get more than orbs at some point. They
I'm
can't
getting
survive
a
on
cold
orbs.
blast on my hand. Oh, God.
I hope it's not just orbs. They
This
get
one
boring.
Here. Oh, no, no.
It's still there.
Yes, I'm getting cold.
I'm not
getting
asking
really
for
cold. It's all over my legs as well.
spooks
And I've
charging
been
at
sitting here
them, but
really warm. It's not a cold room. It's a warm
noises.
room.
I do
Lady
know
in red.
that Stuart says he lost his
Where
hair
are
due
you?
to this show.
Right?
No, don't say that.
Up at the
Got
top of the
alopecia
castle, Karl
because
and
of
Rick
it.
sat quietly and tried to contact any spirits that may still be lingering.
Don't know how true that is.
Right, we're about to conduct a small seance, just the two of us. We're in the bloody chapel.
I'm not calling him a liar.
And Rick's not happy about doing this. Are you, Rick?
No.
Right. Try and clear your mind. Think of emptiness. If there's anybody there, please try to show yourself to us. Either by touching one of us, moving something, or making a banging sound.
Yeah, don't touch them because we can't see it.
Is there anybody there? If there is, try to show yourself to us.
Oh, God, I'm going freezing all over. It's all over me. I'm in a cold spot. Oh, my God, I'm freezing. I'm freezing. I'm freezing.
We'll change to another position.
Blowing in my ear, Stuart.
Move to another chair.
It's not all right.
Yeah, where's Derek?
It's going, it's going, it's going. Please go away.
Does Derek not stay for these bits? We've done it just for 4 hours and goes home.
What am I doing this for?
Because it's different.
And it's payment. And it's a job.
Flipping out failure.
You're right. I think we need to go up there on that balcony.
Not yet, not yet. I'm just not ready yet. Was that you? Something pushed my legs.
I never moved my leg once, son.
Think she's scared. Could have had a twinge in the legs. We all get twinges.
You must have done.
No, I didn't.
Or somebody's touched my leg.
I never moved. I was still.
Look at my hands. Well, they're not that shaky on camera.
I am a true believer, but I am trying to look at it from a sceptical point of view.
Manifest yourself. If you can speak, speak. Try to blow the candle out if you can.
Problem is that candle will flickering before we even asked that.
If you can.
Shocker.
Where are you looking?
Oh my God, I got a big orb by the balcony. There's stuff coming from that balcony.
Anywhere you're pushing my hands apart. How you feeling? Feel fine?
During the seance, the candle flickered violently at a couple of key moments. Was this coincidental, or was there something or someone in the bloody chapel with them?
Oh, could his breath have been catching
Fancy
it?
going on that balcony now?
No.
Why?
Because
we go up there together.
Yeah, but that's where Derek saw that thing.
So?
Okay. But if I don't like it, can we come out?
We'll come straight back down if
and
you
then
don't
we'll
like
not
it.
come back in here because and we'll go back with the boat down there for a break.
Okay.
I'd go up there.
Put the torch on.
But I wouldn't stand near that
Ready?
balcony.
Let's go.
Near the edge.
Go on, up you go.
Oh, come on, you've got to come with me.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, you've got to start going up first.
I'm behind you.
With me now. Don't stand there and leave me on my bloody own. Don't, please, don't. I'm not going up on there on my own.
I'm with you. I'll be serious.
Like now, come on.
Right,
He's going to shut it. No. I thought you were going to shut the door, didn't I?
Oh.
Is that the door? Yes, it is. That's
the one, that's it.
That's the bedroom. Okay.
Why do I have to go? I'm going to stand on this box.
Okay.
Right, you're in the balcony. This is where you wanted to be.
Yeah, I won't be stood that close.
People sleep in here. Wow.
Will they?
It's only me. It's only my phone.
It made me jump a little bit, if I'm honest with you. Honestly,
A lot of stuff coming from here.
on the floor.
Mm-hmm. This is where all the action happened.
Stand behind me.
I'm behind you.
It's right behind me.
I am.
No,
I am.
No, don't shut the door. Don't shut the door.
No,
Please don't shut the door. Don't shut the door. Don't shut the door. Don't shut it. Never shut a door. Sorry, Stuart.
He's a sadist. He's a bloody sadist. She begged him not to.
Calm down, Yvette.
He was literally laughing along with her and he knew he was going to do that. That was cruel.
It's all right. It's all right.
He shut the door.
I closed the door and Yvette cried.
That just makes it sound so bad. Saying she cried for nothing.
Stuart's
She was petrified.
It's Stuart. Shut the door.
He didn't. It's fine. It's
did.
It's only door shut. It's fine.
I'm just so frightened.
The night had come to an end for me as my nerves were shattered. Karl and Marcel went back up into the bloody chapel as a last attempt to see if anything would happen.
Why you take Marcel? She's the last person you should have took.
Just heard a noise from over there. And that is where the monk, the body monk, is supposed to be seen walking there and literally would walk right through us to get to the windows behind us.
I'm really, really scared.
Don't be scared, I'm fine.
But Marcel's nerves were all that showed on camera. Lep still contained one area that we had yet to visit. We had gone to the top of the castle. Now it was time to visit its depths.
This is another part we're splitting off. I'm with Rick, and we're going down into the cellar. That apparently has like a labyrinth underneath the castle, so we might not see you again.
Yeah, but won't it be blocked off?
Oh. Now, Rick, we have been down here for what?
10 seconds.
What we're looking at?
Oh, wow.
Bug? Possibly a bug?
Had Rick seen an orb? If so, it was extremely clear.
See, that's not dust, I don't think. Well, it could be a bug.
That was just a really slow orb and it just went shh. Down by my feet. Yeah, oh. Look at these.
Dust.
2 orbs had rushed past Rick's feet into the deeper recesses of the cellar. Could they be the spirits of the 2 little girls?
Could be, but I doubt it.
Really setting up the company. Oh, this is just a fucking nightmare.
I'm sorry if you're a lover of orbs. I just cannot stand orbs. To me, it's just dust or bugs.
Hold on, what's down here?
If anything, food makes me think differently. I'll let you know. Apart from the spindly ones, which could be spider webs or something. Now that had wings. I'm sure that had wings.
Once again, Karl and Rick had caught 2 orbs on camera. Were these the little girls, sisters Charlotte and Emily? We would never know. Dust, insects, or ghost manifestation. Whatever these light anomalies are, they were plentiful at Lep Castle. Jason had been downstairs in the Great Hall and thought he had caught nothing. It was only until we were editing this programme that we saw this small orb, which is very similar to the ones coming from the balcony. Were they related to the famous elemental ghost?
I'm not lying, I'm starting to get tired of orbs. Can we please move on from orbs? I'm going to label this one the Orb series. If the next one's an Orb series, I'll say the Orb series.
When Sean shouted out, I just immediately got the feeling that what I was actually talking about, he was recognising in one manner or another. What I did see took me back because that particular experience, I'd never in my encounters seen anything quite like it.
Well, all the crew knew where they were coming. I'd told them in advance that this is probably the most haunted castle in Europe. It certainly has a reputation. So their expectations of phenomena and experiences here were enormous.
Until he got there.
And therefore, the auto-suggestion when they're coming here talking about the ghost stories before Derek arrived, again, enormous. And therefore, they really probably consider that they've had a very disappointing night. I, on the other hand, had extremely low expectations because in most places I go, very little or nothing happens at all that you can't explain. But this impressed me because we had a lot of different events. Now, I'm not saying they're all paranormal. We had lots of inexplicable occurrences, in particular the electromagnetic field fluctuation. Rick had a whisper in his ear. My batteries on my camera going dead, which incidentally an hour later worked absolutely fine for the duration of the night.
I'm going to say, you said it would take pictures all day.
And that's more interesting than one single uncorroborated event being experienced by one person. This experienced by lots of people in the same place at the same time.
In actual fact, I was drinking a cold drink from a can, and standing by the fire, and just in general conversation with everyone, and then suddenly, whack across my hand, knocked the can out of my hand, and I thought...
See, it's ridiculous you can't use brand names.
How nasty.
How uncouth.
So to find out who it was. And then later we did encounter the spirit person.
Having been to Lep Castle, a place where
like
I've
how he
wanted
just
to
said
come since I was about 14 years old, having read about it in ghost storybooks back then, I'm very impressed by it, and I've really enjoyed myself here. Now, whether I believe in ghosts or not, I don't think I do, but I do believe odd things happen. And as I was sitting in the Great Hall last night, thinking about the paranormal generally, a saying came to mind, which is a very famous saying, which is that there are more things in this heaven and earth than we can possibly imagine in our philosophy. And I think I probably agree with that to some extent, having been here.
Well, initially, I saw quite a tall lady, quite a slim, tall lady, in a very, very, very vivid, free-flowing gown, a red gown, and, you know, very pretty featured. And then suddenly, not the body, but the face change to this, well, the only thing way I can describe it is quite an ugly form of, well, non-human face. This encounter, this sort of experience, was the first of its kind for me. And then it just, well, it made me feel as if I really wanted to get up there and get stuck in and find out exactly what I'd been seeing.
You know, Jason saw the pair of disembodied legs.
Good, lovely spirits.
And
that they know the slight negative. And
a man with chains
keep that in place.
In the last episode.
So, you know, I think it's a wonderful, probably one of the best sites that I personally have had the pleasure to be invited into.
But he doesn't believe in ghosts. He literally saw a pair of disembodied legs,
the most haunted team have done it. We lasted throughout the night, something we're quite proud of, because we all managed to stay in the most haunted castle in Europe.
Good and run
We shall see it on our next location.
Not make it.
In the meantime,
don't spoil it, please. Once again, orbs, 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 orbs.
It's just a door, that's all. It's just a door. What do we say on? Why not? Because I'm scared. We've just done an hour in the upstairs bit. Proud of yourself?
Yeah, very.
Good girl. Let's go downstairs.
Like I say, I really hope we move on from orbs. Sign out. Now, the problem I have is, with myself here, is they're not catching much in this series, maybe a few orbs, stuff like that. That is how it will be if you're a real ghost investigator, I mean a real one. It'll just be like dust or noises that you automatically think is a ghost or something like that. But if things really start happening, every single episode, things get thrown, stuff like that, scary things happen, you know, you're going to question it, because really that's not going to happen in every episode if you're recording. So yes, I do watch ghost shows, don't get me wrong. I mean, like on YouTube, Dark Arts TV, Exploring with Fighters, Exploring with Josh. I do watch those. Mosad, Saji, a few others I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh my gosh. So I do watch ghost shows, but the problem is, yeah, when so much is happening every single time, you can't help but start distrusting. I have heard the debacle, you know, a lot of debunkers going on about what happened on the Colby and Sam and Colby videos with those two, not with Sam and Colby, with the other two, the knocker people. So I have heard about that, and I have even heard some of those ghost people, like Josh and Colby and Sam, not being able to confirm nor deny whether they're real, instead of jumping out and saying that they're real, which I do respect. I respect that. But one thing I really do hate is the Estes method. When I watch these shows, all these shows, as soon as it gets to the Estes method, I turn off. I can't stand it. You stood within feet of people. Yes, they might have the headphones up loud, but you're shouting, is anybody here? Stuff like that. You know, that could kind of go into the, you know, you hear it slightly above the noise of the headphones. Cannot stand the Estes method at all, really. But yes, I don't know if most sort will do that. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. It seems like they want to test different things. I mean, they've had lock-offs, even though in the wrong places, mostly. They've had triggered objects, seances, EMF, all this sort of stuff anyway. They've tried all this kind of different stuff. Time slip. So yeah, I do respect them trying all these different things, but we'll have to wait and see what the future holds. I will be doing this as far as I can. I'm still unsure what I'm doing with the lives yet. You're going to have to let me know in the comments. There will be the best of lives. I will be reacting if I can find them when I get a better PC, because it won't record that good off internet. Right now when it comes to YouTube, it kind of loses lip sync. So I need a better PC, because my internal SSD bought with a heatsink. Now apparently the heatsink made it too big to fit inside, so now my casing doesn't shut properly and I cannot put the Ethernet cable in. So yes, once I get a better PC, I will be doing the full lives to my Superstar members, but until then I'll just bring this as far as I can. But if you enjoyed it, please be respectful in the chat of others' opinions, please. Believers, non-believers, and in the middle. I do appreciate it if you would. Don't be toxic, please. If you're toxic too many times and you cause arguments, I will ban you. I don't want to ban anybody. You can give your opinion, but don't be toxic about it, please. Say what you like to me, I don't care, but do not abuse any other members in chat. I do beg of you. If you do offend someone, apologise and leave it at that, but no. I want a nice community who are nice to each other, you know, respect each other's opinions, no isms, nothing like that. That's the kind of audience I'm looking for, so hopefully I get it. I've got a lot of lovely people so far. The ones that have commented to me, perfect, that's the kind of audience I want, honestly. The ones that haven't commented to me and lurking, I love you just as much. You're fantastic for watching my content, thank you. And if you haven't subscribed or followed so far, could I please beg of you to do so, or at least consider it on either YouTube or Dailymotion? I would greatly appreciate it. Completely, I would. Americans can only see this on Dailymotion, I'm afraid. It is blocked for you in America, in Australia. I just said America, I nearly said in Australia. Yes, it's blocked in America, so please, if you want to watch it, then it is. I don't even know why I'm saying this. You can't see it, it's blocked. But yes, if you have subscribed or followed to me so far, thank you ever so much. I'm cracking up. I've been recording since 6:30. It is now 3:30-ish, 9 hours. I'm cracking up now. So, if you have subscribed or followed to me so far, thank you so much. You're really helping me out mentally, physically. How can you be helping me out physically? Mentally, channel-wise, and you're just helping me, honestly, you are. I told you I'm cracking up. I don't know what's going off. And to my Patreon members and Buy Me a Coffee members who get early access, ad-free and uncensored shows from all my YouTube shows, so no blurring, no bleeping, no scenes cut. There is a few scenes I've got that had to be cut in some shows. Now, they were only slightly cut to cut a scene out that's not allowed on YouTube. And if I blurred it, it was just going to blur the whole screen. And it didn't do anything anyway to advance the plot. So I cut them out, but they won't be cut on Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee. They also get exclusive shows as well. They're getting 8 a month right now. That's going to 12 a month soon. And then Patreon, 2 days Patreon choice. Because it is you that is bringing the content to me that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots, no matter what tier you are. So with that, I'll sign out now and move on to the next one. And hope to see you there. Goodbye.